the three really big things that I took away from KGI, the first is just the professional aspect of it. It's very important. They really teach you and they reinforce you the concept of being professional, meeting in teams, having team structure. All of that really is useful, more than you would think. It really helps you kind of have a leg up when you go out and start interviewing, which I think, if you go to a regular master's program, you probably don't get that. That's very regimented here. You really need to be professional in your behavior and how you interact with others. So that's number one. Number two, obviously coming from another country, to me the breadth of knowledge was important. It really did help me understand the industry here, which is pretty unique. It's unlike anywhere else, and every country is unique in that sense, but it's very complex here. And it really only gives you the base, the fundamentals, and you really need to dig in a lot more. But that just baseline knowledge is very important, especially if you come from an undergrad. It's surprising how many people don't know some basic stuff that is very fundamental when you go into a job interview in industry. And then the last thing that was fantastic to me, it was just that, if you do come here, I really do encourage you to leverage a lot, is the connections. Surprisingly, when we started here, and you started in 2010, right? I started 1 year early because the master program is 2 years, and it was like 50 people. Our entire, I know it's grown a lot now, I don't know, but it was a very tiny group of people. So, coming in was like, well, I don't think that we're going to find a lot of people in the industry, but I cannot even tell you how many people there are at Amgen. On the regular, I run into like 5 or 6 people that all came to KGI. At my consulting firm, before I went to Amgen, started consulting, and same thing. We kept coming back and hiring people because the type of frame of mind that you walk out here, it's recognized very well, and it's just that concentration of alumni in the pharmaceutical industry alone really is a step up from other schools. I mean, you may have more brand recognition if you say UCLA or whatever, but you're not going to see that many alum in there. Versus someone's going to say KGI. Oh yeah, this coworker I have who's great is from KGI, and it's not a marketing pitch. It's actually real. And then on the flip side, just the connections work and just how career services help you here, which to me, I don't think I could have had my first job if it wasn't for the help that career services gave me. The connections, the good work that they put in, they really do work with you, or at least, at the time it was pretty good at just, hey, well, what do you want to do? What are your strengths? I'm going to talk to them because I know how good you are. And they're so close to you here in terms of looking at your work and that they feel confident saying that, right? So the flip side is obviously you guys need to make this what you want to be as well, right? So it's obviously there's some part of you that needs to want it and needs to really put the effort into making those connections. It's difficult. I'm terrible at LinkedIn. I'm not good at keeping in touch. So, but once you realize that what really sells you as a student is that experience and it's that know-how and this knowing how to do things, really that's what matters, right? That connection that you build, because someone saying, hey, I'm good, I know that Sergio is good and blah, 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 and someone seeing the work that Sergio does, day and night difference. So, and that's something at KGI I'm thankful for, that they gave me the opportunity to do that. I had a vague idea of what I wanted to do. I really knew that the lab wasn't for me, right? That's really what I knew coming in, and I thought, well, this sounds like the right type of program to help me build up the other skills that I need to go into industry. And within, I wouldn't say the first semester, I was already kind of clear on, I think I like this consulting idea, and right out of school I got a consulting opportunity, which I don't think I could have had that opportunity had I not come here, because it really happened because I had the experience that I built here. And mostly, on top of that, is because I had the people here telling the recruiters from the company, this guy's good, you should hire him, right? So and that's what I mean that it really is what you make of it, because you really want to do well and build the relationships starting here with the other people you work with and with your professors as well, because they all come from the industry and they have their own contacts, right? so they will put in a good work for you. And I don't know if I could have done that. And then, now I work in the industry. I went from consulting to industry. And again, it's all a relationship thing, really. It's what it is. Otherwise you're just applying, sending resumes and whatnot. That's probably the least efficient way that you can do to find a job. So if you come, this is a professional school at the end of the day. You come here because you want to build your profession. You do that with relationships. And there's nothing speaks louder than people knowing how you are and how you work. And this really gives you that opportunity to shine. It is a catapult into your career. There's no other way to put it. I don't think I would have been, I could have imagined that I would be, today where I am, professionally, financially, in every aspect, just if I had not come here. I don't think it just really boosts your resume in a way that you wouldn't imagine. Don't get me wrong, did you have the internship requirement too?
I didn't.
You did, okay. So if you take the MBS, you have the internship requirements. That's still a thing? Yeah. And you will be very scared because you need to have the internship, and you need to find it, and you need to be paid, and it's a scary thing. And you know what? It's peanuts compared to reality, but it's the best way you can get to get your feet wet into that experience. And my God, you learn so much. And the fact that you have a team of people that are just pushing you into this, but helping you along the way, wow. And if you just walk out of there, you can actually point to your resume and say, well, you know what? Yeah, I didn't have that much experience. I had 0 experience in the US. I was completely unhireable. Let me be clear. And it's true. It's true. Someone needed to take a gamble on me. And the fact that I have all of this now in my background is what really gave me the opportunity and pushed me forward. I don't know where I would be right now.